The one thing I can safely say about this movie is that it's really no bore, man. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're talking about a brand new VOD release called Psycho Goreman. Let me know in the comments before we begin what your thoughts on this movie were, if you already saw it, if you were excited for it, if you weren't planning on seeing it, if you even heard of it. Let me know so we can discuss. Also, make sure to give this a thumbs up if you like these reviews, as it helps me out immensely by getting my channel out there and growing the community. And if you are new here, I hope you consider hitting that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with reviews of newer films, older films, hidden gems, and so much more on a near daily basis. But let's not waste any more time and let's talk about Psycho Goreman. This focuses on siblings Mimi and Luke, who unwittingly resurrect an ancient alien overlord. Using a magical amulet, they force the monster to obey their childish whims and accidentally attract a rogues gallery of intergalactic assassins to small-town suburbia. Also known as PG Psycho Goreman, this is written and directed by Steven Kostanski, with this being his 5th feature film, and this is something that's clearly destined to be sort of like a midnight movie in the vein of the Rocky Horror Picture Show or The Room, or at least that's the tone it's going for. It's a very over-the-top, wacky horror sci-fi comedy that feels like something straight out of the 80s or the early 90s. You have all these alien creatures shown in costume with a heavy use of practical effects, and there are a lot of moments of violence that are usually played for laughs, and it gives us a ton of these ridiculous moments. It's meant to just be a fun movie. It gives us just enough with the characters that we do enjoy following them around for the most part, but this isn't exactly meant to be a character-based movie by any means, as it just wants you to have a few good laughs with its absurd premise and zany moments of dark comedy. Where about half the jokes stem from is the fact that Psycho Goreman, which is a nickname given to him by the kids, as he's gone by a number of names in the past, is this monstrous alien creature capable of all this destruction. Yet, due to the power of this stone, these kids, primarily Mimi, wind up treating him as a pet/assistant. They have him accompany them throughout the neighborhood, they force him to play ball with them, they try to form a band and have him play the drums, and he can't do anything about it unless someone takes this amulet away from them. And while there were definitely some moments that I would have liked to have seen them explore, like, say, if they tried to bring him to school with them or something, the film still manages to have a lot of fun with its premise. I think the one thing that may be a turnoff for some people is that Mimi tends to be a bit much, because she's very domineering and bossy, and she likes to mess with her brother primarily. Like, there's one point where she plays this prank by having Psycho Goreman get ready to kill him, and then at the last second she has him stop before he can actually do anything, but she starts laughing hysterically at it. And I'm not gonna lie, she can be really bratty at times, and some stuff like that definitely crosses the line. But I think given the fact this movie establishes such a ridiculous tone, and a lot of the jokes stem from having this extreme contrast between this alien who's a serious threat and a little kid who usually has the pettiest requests, I think it works. As opposed to if a film that took itself way more seriously were to attempt to do that. And honestly, what helps is Mimi isn't the only person we focus on for the entire movie. You also have her brother, her parents, and their one friend who Psycho Goreman actually turns into this giant brain creature early on, which was pretty funny. And everyone else here has a lot more likable qualities to them. So it helps offset the fact that one of our main characters is this brat for most of the film, as we spend a decent amount of time with everyone else as well. If you follow my channel for a while, you know that's something I'm normally not okay with, but again, given the fact it's a movie that really just wants you to not take itself seriously, it works in this context. On top of the fact it's often very funny just for its consistently sheer pettiness, as well as some of the great moments of physical humor. Now, we also get introduced to this whole universe, full of all these different alien creatures, including a group known as the Templars, who are Psycho Goreman's mortal enemies. There's a whole lore this movie thought up, and I think that's amazing. And some of them even make their way onto Earth. And when I saw any of these creatures, it reminded me a lot of the costumes used in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies from the 90s. And I enjoyed that element of the film. For one thing, I like the use of costumes here. In a day and age where everything's CGI, it's nice to see some use of practical effects, as it gives the film a little more authenticity. On top of the fact that they actually don't look all that bad. I gotta say, I'm not saying they're the greatest special effects ever, but for a film that's supposed to recreate the feel of these lower budget B movies, they certainly look better than the films they were trying to emulate. And the one other thing I'll say regarding all these other creatures is the fact that the film kept things pretty simple regarding backstory as far as who these characters were, so that we didn't get caught up in a ton of exposition. Yet it was still very effective in conveying that these would be fun characters to expand upon, and that there's so much more to explore in this universe. I know this is a film that probably won't get seen by too many people, so I don't know about a sequel, but I think there's a lot of potential for one if they were to do that. This is a movie that's just meant to be pure fun. Nothing more, nothing less. And it does a great job at what it set out to do. The campy premise and petty nature of some of these characters may be grating for some people, which is understandable, but if you like these ridiculous sort of movies, it can be very funny, and it has some cool special effects as well as over-the-top moments of physical humor that will certainly make this worth checking out. And I think it will gain a reputation as being an enjoyable cult movie. Psycho Goreman gets an 8 out of 10. So let me know, did you see Psycho Goreman, or are you planning to see it, and what were your thoughts? Did you find it funny? Do you like these sort of cult midnight movies that this tried to emulate? Let me know in the comments below so we can discuss. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please like it and share it, and for more movie reviews and film discussion, please make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay updated. Thanks for watching everyone, and I'll catch you next time.